Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dreamleapers Inspiration. I'm your host, Harriet Cole. Absolutely honored to be here with you today, right now. Checking in with you. How are you doing? Yeah, and this program is called Dreamleapers for a reason. I'm talking to folks who want to manifest their dreams, who hopefully are taking action to manifest their dreams, but certainly believe that there are dreams worth pursuing. And as I was thinking about that, a lot of us can get caught up in what those big ideas are. And they can be along a spectrum from when you were little. I often ask people whom I interview, what did you dream you wanted to do or be when you were little? What was it that your heart told you wanted to do? And so I'm asking that of you now. What did you think you wanted to be? What did you think you wanted to do for your work, for your life? And bigger question, are you doing it? What are you doing with your life right now? And whatever you told yourself that you wanted to do, is that part of the life that you're living right now? And if it isn't, is it because you changed what that big dream was inside? Is it because you forgot? Is it because you thought, oh man, that thing was so big, there was no way I was going to do it. It was just like a pie in the sky kind of thing. What is it today? If you do a look back, what did you want to do when you were little? And if you are doing it, great. If you aren't doing it, ask yourself why. And then for many of us, there's more than one thing that we wanted to do when we were little and all along the way. And so, I am a big believer in dreams, and I absolutely believe that your life can be propelled by these big ideas that you have inside. But then there's what do you do with those ideas? And what, as they come forth, what do you do? Do you capture them? Do you write them down? Do you work to manifest them? If you don't do that, then chances are nothing happens with them. I also know that you cannot manifest every dream that comes to you if you are one who pays attention to the inspiration that bubbles up. And I say that because I've had people tell me, I don't dream. I don't know what you're talking about, Harriet. I don't believe that. I know that's putting a challenge back at folks, but I have worked with a few people who said, I don't dream, Harriet. I don't know what you mean. And, that's a word, a concept, dreaming. What I mean by that is, what is it you want to do? Does something inside at different points say to you, I want to do this. I want to do that. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, and something inside of you says, this is what I should be doing right now. That's what I mean. What is something within you that manifests and says, ding, 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 this is what I need to be doing. And I wonder, I believe wholeheartedly that this happens for everyone, that these moments of inspiration inside say to us, this is what I should be doing right now. This is what I want to do with my life right now. The issue, the big issue is, what do you do when the voice inside tells you this? When the inspiration comes forth, what do you do with it? Ask yourself, what do you do when you get that aha moment? When something comes to you and it's like, oh, this is good. What do you do? I have shared many times that I think it's important to have something to write on and with, preferably not electronic, just because what if it's not charged? Then what? Like a notepad and a pen or a pencil at your bedside, so that if you wake up in the middle of the night and some inspiration has been stirring around inside of you as your mind was quiet. Has this happened to you that, something came to you? I believe that you need to write it down in the moment that it comes to you. Because sometimes those are fleeting moments and it doesn't come back, or it doesn't come back for a long time. And you go, ooh, what was that thing? It was good. What was that thing that I told myself? I can't remember. And you can get so frustrated seeing that you didn't take responsibility for harvesting that dream. Instead of lamenting not harvesting it, put a pad and a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen by your bedside when you go to sleep. You don't even have to turn on the light. You can scrabble it. Just write down a word, a phrase, something that will remind you of whatever that inspiration was. Why? So that you can take action. This week's inspiration is titled, Do Something. Do something. What do I mean by that? This is literal. Do something. Take action. Take action for yourself. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do right now? What is that thing inside of you that is saying, I have to do it? I have to do it. And don't allow yourself the excuse of, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough support. Let go of the negatives. Don't allow them to fill your head and crush you. Instead, focus on the positives and figure out what they are. What can you do? Okay, you don't have enough money to build your dream house today. So what do you need to do in order to make enough money? Or does your dream house have to be only yours? Can you pool your resources with other people and build your dream house? Like, get creative with whatever these ideas are that are bubbling forth inside of you. Do not allow no to shut you down. Instead of that, look for the yes. Create the yes. And part of creating the yes is doing something, taking action. So one giant step toward doing something. First, harvest the dream. What is it? What has just come to mind for you? What was in your sleep last night? Do you remember? What is the dream? Write it down. It could be a word, a phrase, a task. What is it? And by the way, sometimes the dream is some fantastic thing that you want to do in your life that you have to be bold and ready and, ready to leap forth and do. Sometimes it's practical. Sometimes the dream is, I need to declutter so that I have space to think. I need to consolidate my debt so that I can create space to move forward and get debt free. I need to move my body so that I can be healthier within my temple. Whatever your dream is, whatever it is, I need to talk to my family more. I've been so busy. I remember Well, I feel like I'm always busy. And so, and actually, my spiritual teacher said to a group of us one time, even people who are in their 90s today feel like they're too busy. People who are long retired. We live in a culture that uh, values doing things, values action, values work. And so sometimes we take it overboard. I know that it can be true about myself. And there was a period some years ago when I was working on something, multiple projects. And the way that I make my list is to break it down by project and then tasks within the project, because I believe if you can mark off completion of tasks, it feeds you with more energy and inspiration to push forward to the next. So this is something I think is a great thing to do. And I had been making my tasks for all of my work projects. And I had not been making my tasks for myself and my personal life and my family. And I typically would talk to my mother just about every day. And during this period, and I have two sisters, and they absolutely talk to my mother every day. I was the one who would sometimes not talk to her every single day. And there was a period when I was so busy that I realized I hadn't talked to her in a week, hadn't talked to her in whatever period of time it was that didn't feel good. So I had two personal things that I added to my list. Drink water, because I was sitting at my desk. There was 1,000 things I could add to. Drink water, stand up, exercise, all those things. But I had drink water and call your mother. And can I just tell you how grateful I am that I did that one, call my mother? I was reminding myself, because I got so busy, that personal things became less important. But who's more important to me than my mother? And now that she's gone, I am so grateful that I was as disciplined as I could be around taking action, just remembering 24 hours can go by really fast. In those 24, did you call your mama? So for you, in those 24, what is it that you should be doing for yourself? What should you be doing for yourself in order to create the life that you want to create? I'm asking you, what practically should you be doing for yourself right now, taking action, doing something for you in order to live the life you want to live? So let's take a look at the quote that I found. I had fun looking for quotes about this. And this one says, she stated, "Dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams, fleeting, ephemeral, pretty. But dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen." And this is from the great creator, Shonda Rhimes. So listen again. She stated, "Dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams, fleeting, ephemeral, pretty. But dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen." So I really want you to sit with that for a minute. Dreams, like when I lead meditation, I often suggest that you close your eyes and imagine your thoughts as clouds moving through the sky. And you don't need to hold on to them, because they pass. Thoughts pass, clouds pass. Well, guess what? Dreams pass too. If you just have them, oh, that was a nice idea. And then they're gone. Because they're just dreams. They're like clouds. They just pass. Shonda describes them as fleeting, ephemeral, pretty, not lasting, but beautiful. Wow, that was so lovely. She says they do not come true just because you dream them. So it's not enough to say, I have a dream. Like Dr. King had a dream and he worked his butt off. And we're still working toward that dream, that collective dream. It's not enough to say you have one. You have to take action. And Shonda Rhimes says it's hard work that makes things happen. Shonda Rhimes is a creator. She has created so many programs on television. And when you think about it, she is a Black woman creator. And there are very few people who have had the level of success that she has. And even for her to go from network television to, I believe it's Netflix, because she was bold enough and clear enough that she made her dreams come true little by little. And then as they started growing, she continued to push and dream bigger and take action to make her dreams happen too. And part of it, a big part of it, is having faith in yourself. Believing that whatever you have in your heart, others will value. So first you have to value it. But if you're doing something that requires others to buy in, which is most things, you also have to be in alignment with the people in the universe. It's not to say that you look outward for affirmation, but you create something with the universe in mind. It's out of an attitude of service. No matter what it is, I learned this from my grandmother, that if you walk and live through the window of service, then you're always including others. You're always thinking about others. It's not just you. You know, the dream that I had, the biggest dream I remember having as a child, I was 12, I think, when I knew I wanted to be a writer. I was interested in writing and fashion. And I just knew very, very strongly these were my interests. Writing was very specific. Fashion, I wasn't sure how it was going to manifest, but I knew it was part of it. I tried to be a fashion designer, tried to draw. I went to art class at the Maryland Institute of Art. That was not for me. But I tried taking action. And as a little one, you know, my mother really said, you want to try this? Here, you can try it. You can try it. You can try it. It's also very important to have a champion. And sometimes it's in your family, sometimes it's a teacher, whoever it might be. But I always knew I wanted to be a writer. And it took a long time before I was publishing. And an even longer time before I published a book. Now, from age 12, I knew I wanted to be a writer. And I bet you some of you knew that you wanted to do whatever it is you do now, or maybe you don't do it, but you knew it was something you wanted to do when you were a kid. What did you do with that? What can you do with it now? For me, I was writing poetry, really not good poetry, but writing poetry and hiding it in a shoebox in my closet. I was way too shy to show anyone. But I pursued writing and ended up having a career as a writer and an editor. And I continue to write today, every day, and get paid for it. It is possible to live your dream if you work at it. Chandra said you have to work at it. And so I say to all of you, do something. Take action today. A lot of us sit and contemplate until we're exhausted. Sometimes you just have to do it. You know, we get sidetracked. There are other things that happen in our life. Sometimes your dream may not be the number one way that you earn a living. That's okay. Also, what you say out loud that you do and that you want to do is super important. So I know a lot of people in the creative space so let's just say actors, for example, because I just interviewed a wonderful actor, producer, Alana Raquel Bowers, and on Dreamleapers, you should check out the interview. She's an actor. I've interviewed many actors who, in order to earn a living, have had to Wait tables, that's a classic job. I interviewed an opera singer who was an office manager at a certain point, but her job knew, when I get a gig, I need to take off. She didn't go around telling people I'm an office manager. She said I'm an opera singer. Actors I know who are waiting tables, maybe more hours there than on stage. I'm an actor. What are you? What do you do? How do you define who you are and the work that you do? Do you define it by the dream that you have because you are taking action every day to manifest the dream? Do you? Or do you define it by, like, I'm a lawyer, but I really want to be a fashion designer. I'm a X, but I really want to be Y. Claim what you want. Say it out loud. Say it out loud so that others can help you. This is what I tell my clients. I do a lot of coaching work with people on leaping into their greatness, on learning how to articulate their stories so that they can create space to manifest their dreams. And one of the things that I consistently tell my clients is to say out loud what you want. What do you want for your life? Who are you? What about who you are do you want other people to know? If you don't say it out loud, there's no way for people to just know. People cannot read your mind. Contrary to anything you may have thought, they cannot. And we make the mistake of going, well, of course you know. Why would I know? I know if you tell me. Let me tell you, who is this? H.W. Tart says, what you're saying is so true. In the quiet, inspiration comes, and it's important to write it down or it'll slip away. Yes, writing it down, capturing it, making it concrete, so important. What is it you want for yourself? What's the biggest, boldest thing you want for yourself? Believe that you deserve it. Courage is huge in this. Doing something to manifest your dreams takes courage. It takes belief in yourself. It requires that you believe that your dream is just as worthwhile as somebody else's. And sometimes that can be hard. I've talked to people who were almost ready to step out and start a business or create a project or whatever it is. Step out and do the thing. And sometimes the universe gives you a push, like getting fired from a job. And people, it's devastating to lose a job. And you know how they say, when one door closes, another one opens? I know so many people who have benefited from get that shove, right? Like, by the way, my favorite artist, Luther Vandross, told this story. Was it Roberta Flack? I think it was. I'm not sure. But one of our great performers, he was singing backup for. I think it was Roberta Flack, or it may have been Gladys Knight. Maybe Gladys Knight. Anyhow, you get the point. Luther Vandross used to do a lot of backup singing for people, including Bette Midler, many others. And at a certain point, this legendary artist fired him. And he was like, are you for real? You're firing me? She kicked him out because she said, now it is time for you to do you. You don't need to be singing behind me anymore. You are great. You need to be doing you. And I saw it, I think perhaps it was in the documentary about him, but I've watched so many things about Luther. The point is, sometimes to get to that leap into your greatness, you need a push. The push could be getting fired. The push could be the end of a relationship. The push could be losing everything, so then you have to start over. Occasionally, the push is somebody gives you a ton of money, but that's not usually how it works. Usually you have to work super hard in order to get to next. The point is nobody said it was going to be easy. But when you get to that point, it's a beautiful thing. And even in the process, so my team and I have been working day in, day out into the wee hours of the morning finishing a book, a dream that I had, that we got a book contract. We've been making this book. Through the process, it has been so challenging for 10,000 reasons. It's not easy to make a book. It's not easy to make a book with many components like the one that we're doing. You go through moments, you meaning you and your team, of frustration, of finger pointing, that one did this, da. I've always said, when you start pointing the finger outward, point the finger inward. What did I do to get myself into this situation? How can I get out of it? Sometimes, like they say, making the sausage is tough. But on the other side is the gift, the manifestation of what you worked for. Manifesting a dream is not easy. Manifesting a dream usually takes a tremendous amount of work, whatever it is that you are looking to manifest. No matter how small or how large, if you truly value it and want to give it your all, it needs your all. And when you give it your all, it's tough and it's worth it. And so that's why this week's topic is do something. And honestly, I'm saying do something every day. Do something every day toward your dream. Your dream could have nothing to do with your work. Don't get frustrated with your work because you also have a dream. Do your work, do your job, and when you're finished that, work on your dream every day. What happens if you work on it an hour a day? At the end of a week, you're like, look at all I accomplished. At the end of a month, you're like, oh my goodness, look, it's manifesting. Look at what I'm learning as I put this together. Doing something every day for yourself, for the manifestation of what your heart has told you you're supposed to be doing, is so incredibly gratifying. You need to remind yourself that you are doing it, that you have little victories along the way. That's the reason why I say write down the task. Here's the big dream. How do I get to manifesting the dream? Write down the steps that it's going to take to get there. Check off each one as you go along. Checking off one at a time gives you energy because you're like, oh, I did it. Now I can do the next. Oh, I did it. Now I can do the next. All of this is important. All of this is essential for you to have joy and happiness and feel a sense of accomplishment in your life. And it doesn't matter how old you are never too old to have a dream and to work on it. But before we go, let's just look at Shonda's quote again, because I want you to understand, as much as I believe in dreams, it is not enough to just have one. She says, dreams are lovely, but they're just dreams, fleeting, ephemeral, pretty. But dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen. This coming from a woman who has manifested more than most people will ever manifest in their lives. Why is she still manifesting it? Because she's working hard every day. And by the way, I am a person who believes that we don't do things by ourselves. It is essential to have a team, to have people working with you, hand in hand with you, to help make things happen. I don't know how people do things solo entirely, but that's not how I grew up. I grew up believing that you work together. And if you are smart, you will pull together a team of people who respect you and your idea, who want to work with you, who are willing to do the hard work side by side with you, And I promise you, if you take the time to curate that group of people, you and they will be so happy. That is what I have discovered over all these years of being in business for myself. And even before that, when I was working for Essence and working with other projects, if you bring people together who respect you and whom you respect and who share a work ethic, whatever your work ethic is, you will find joy as you manifest your dreams. That is what has happened for me. That's happening for me right now. When that happens in your life, then you can be happy, even when things are difficult. And often things are difficult. But if you can wake up in the morning and be grateful that there are people who are part of your team who, you're cheerleading together and they're bringing their A game as you bring yours, that's a blessing. So curate your life. Curate the people who are part of your life so that you can have joy, so that you can have the closest thing to perfection that you can create. And when you go to sleep at night, you can feel good because you know you're doing a great thing. I thank you so, so much for being here with me today. I see Daryl's there. Daryl's part of my team. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. Please look around you. Who are your people? Who are the people who can help you manifest your dream? Who can you help to manifest theirs? And do something today and every day to make your dreams come true. Until next time, have a great day and make it count. Namaste.